हेलो बच्चों। मैं एक बार फिर से आपके साथ हूँ एक और छोटी सी प्यारी सी ग्राफिक बेस्ड स्टोरी लेके। और मेरे बड़े फेवरेट पब्लिशर की स्टोरी बुक है, एक पब्लिकेशन है। वापस से आप गेस कर सकते हैं, नेशनल बुक ट्रस्ट इंडिया। सो दिस स्टोरी टुडे दैट आई एम गोइंग टू टेल यू इज कॉल्ड फॉरएवर फ्रेंड्स. And the story is written by Ankit Bhattacharya and the concept and the art is again by Durlabh Bhattacharya. Do you like the graphics? Maybe, it's a good idea that you can you can just pause the video here and you can copy and make this drawing in your drawing book when you are at home using crayons, and then you can post them. You can post them to me in the comment section. You can respond on the YouTube video that you are seeing. Okay? So I'll wait for your drawings and I'll wait for your stories. I'll wait for your comments. Right? Okay, so there we go. The story is Forever Friends. So the story is between fish and the frog. So once a fish and a frog laid their eggs in the same pond. The eggs were exactly the same in size, shape, and color. So there is this frog and the fish, and they laid their eggs in this pond where they lived together. Before long, the eggs hatched, and some baby fish and baby frogs came out. Gradually, they grew up. The baby fish and baby frogs thought they were brothers and sisters, and they soon became friends because they looked so similar when they were young. They began playing, eating, and having fun together. So, when these little fish and frogs came out of their eggs, they all looked similar. So they got confused and they thought that they're family, they're brothers and sisters. And they actually had fun together. A few days later, tiny tails emerged from the backsides of the baby fish and baby frogs. Each tail was long and thin. So, do you know what these baby frogs are called, by the way? They're called tadpoles. So, here there are small little tails coming from their backside, thin, long tails. Still, they looked almost similar. They were not very different looking. A few months later, the tail of each fish became longer and broad, while the tail of each baby frog disappeared completely. So now the fish had a big broad tail while the tail of the frog disappeared. And now they started to look different. The fish looked fish and the frog looked frog. So now the baby frogs and the baby fish were no longer babies. They were grown up fish and they were grown up frogs. They had started looking completely different from each other. So they didn't look similar anymore. Yet they were friends. And the frogs and the fish were surprised to see the changes. Initially, they looked so similar. They were just same. They were like brothers and sisters. And now they looked completely different. They were so surprised at the changes that they saw. And then the frogs developed two pairs of tiny legs. So the frogs had tiny legs coming out of their bodies, while the fish had none. So, though the frogs and fish started looking very different, they continued to remain the best of friends. So, they were still playing together, they were still having a lot of fun together, and that is what friends do. Even when we look different, we still enjoy together and we still have a lot of fun together. So one day, the frogs told their fish friends, "We're special, you see. While you can live in water only, we can live on land as well as in water." Yeah, that was a fact. The fish could go out to the land, and the frogs could actually go out of the water onto the land, while the fish looked at, at the frogs in awe. Oh, we can't go out to the land, and we just have to stay in the water. The frogs jumped on the land and looked behind with pride. The fish were surprised to see this skill. We can't do that. Just then, the fish looked up to spot a snake. It was hiding in the weeds and ready to spring onto the frogs. So these snakes, they actually eat frogs. You have seen that? You know that? Yeah. So the snake was hiding in the weeds and it was ready to pounce on the frogs. So the fish which were in the water, they actually saw this snake which was hiding in the weeds, and the frogs which were on the land. The snake wanted to eat these frogs. The fish warned, "Come back, friends! There is a snake behind you! Come back fast! There is a snake behind you!" Startled, the frogs jumped back into water in an instant. They were very quick. Just as their fish friends warned them, they just jumped back into the water. They thanked the fish for saving their lives. Thereafter, the bond between the frogs and the fish became stronger, and from that point onwards, the frogs never boasted of the special skill that they had, that they could survive both on land and water, and they became the best of the friends forever. That was the story. So, you know that when we are friends with somebody, we don't have to show off. We don't have to show off our skills. We don't have to show off how special we are. Instead, we must help our friends to become even better. And we must support and we must help our friends at all times. We must care for them. That is what friendship is. And you see the backside of this book? It's another beautiful graphics. I really like the graphics that NBT India books have, especially for the children's series. So that was it in the story Forever Friends today. I'll come back with another story sometime tomorrow. Till then, enjoy. And I just hope you're not coming out of your homes, you're not violating the lockdown norms, and you're washing your hands regularly. Are you? If you're not washing your hands regularly, I must again advise you that you must wash your hands very frequently, and do not touch your face or nose, and do not go close to anybody out from outside. Okay, so stay safe, enjoy the stories, and read. That's the favorite thing. That's my favorite thing. And if you start reading, you wouldn't get bored ever. So enjoy your time, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye bye.